What language is that? Could it be French? German? It's actually one not of this earth, and it's part of today's poll on the reference desk. My name is Andrew Baldock, and I've got a bit of an appetite for musical oddities. One oddity that immediately embedded itself into my collection on the very first listen is a band called Magma. Now the tricky part is describing them, so to start, I'll just present the facts. Magma is a French progressive rock band formed in 1969 by drummer Christian Vander. Sounds straightforward enough, but here's the twist. Vander felt that French just wasn't expressive enough, either for the story or for the sound of this new musical project that he had in mind, so he created his own language. I'm now going to take a moment and break down the pronunciation of two very important words within the Magma mythos, with the major caveat that there doesn't seem to be a complete consensus online as to the pronunciation of these words. I'm gonna take my best stab at it. The first word is the name of this language. It's spelled K-O-B-A-I with a trema over it, A-N. Now, as a unilingual English speaker, I had to look up what a trema does for pronunciation. I learned that it means pronounce this vowel separate from the one next to it. Armed with this information, I've concluded that the language is pronounced Kobayan. Next is the word that would become the genre for all bands splintered off of and influenced by Magma. In Kobayan, it means celestial and is pronounced Zoil, spelled Z-E-U-H-L. Before researching this piece, I'd been pronouncing it Zool.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
With that out of the way, let's dive into the music. As a progressive rock band, it shouldn't be surprising that all of Magma's albums are concept albums. But Magma goes a little extra step further as to being a concept band. The concept was born out of a vision of the future Christian Vander had, and was profoundly disturbed by. Magma's albums chronicle a group of humans who abandon Earth and settle on the planet Kobaya. All is well at first, but of course when the Kobayans encounter other Earthling refugees, well...
You will still not survive our assault. You will not survive ours.
And the rest is history. Literally. Later Magma albums digress into more ancient times. However, the primary language of the albums is still Kobayan. Musically, Magma and Christian Vander were highly influenced by German composer Karl Orff, famous of course for Carmina Burana, the work that contains O Fortuna. And from that influence, you get Magma's extensive use of choirs. Another major musical influence was that of jazz saxophonist John Coltrane. Now that you're more familiar with the musical background of Magma, let's rewind a bit and talk a little bit more about the Kobayan language. Vander developed Kobayan mostly from German and Slavic sounds, with a little bit of influence from the vocal stylings of American avant-garde jazz vocalist Leon Thomas. As an actual language, Kobayan was developed to be phonetic and not semantic. To put that another way, the focus was on how the language sounded as it accompanied the music, not on what the words actually mean. In fact, most Kobayan words don't have exact translations. It's more like they would develop a phrase for use in a song and assign meaning to it later, though that hasn't stopped fans from attempting to build a complete Kobayan lexicon online. One advantage of this free-form lyric writing method is that Magma's lyrics and music were as one. One critic claimed, the abstraction provided by the Kobayan verse seems to inspire Magma's singers to heights of emotional abandon rarely permitted by conventional lyrics. And Christian Vander wasn't the sole developer of Kobayan. Magma has had many, many members over the years, adding their own twists to the language. It's kinda neat trying to make sense of it, kind of like a Rorschach test for your ears. So as with many bands that manage to create a formula so distinct from their original starting point, Magma has been credited as the very first band in the progressive rock subgenre, Zoil. As a genre, most bands that fit this category are offshoots from Magma, in that they emerged from the same scene or actually share members. However, there are bands that count Magma as one of their major musical influences and create Zoil music of their own. These include France's Art Zoid and Zao, and no, that's not the 1993 metalcore band Zao, Belgian chamber rock band Universe Zero, and out of Japan, Ruins and Koenji Hayaki. Of course, you can't slip anything weird past Japan without them noticing. One of my favorite uses of Magma's sound is a group from France in 1982 called Shub Niggurath, who blends Magma's alien stylings with a darker tone and themes taken from H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. You can also find Magma's influence in a few places you might not expect, such as jazz metal band F.L. Duath's album Pain Necessary to Know. Incredibly talented, undeniably influential, and definitely a little weird, Magma is 100% a band any prog rock fan should hear. Even if you don't like it, you never know who might be a fan. Famous musicians who count themselves as Magma enthusiasts include Johnny Rotten of the Sex Pistols, Christopher Rigg of Ulver and Arcturus, and Michael Ackerfeld of Opeth, as well as avant-garde filmmaker Alejandro Jodorowsky, creator of the absolutely baffling art film The Holy Mountain, which to this day I do not understand at all. Anyway, while Magma itself is done, they've permanently left a Cobayan footprint on the culture of us Earthlings.